right, right off the bat, several things to get off the bat. Yes, I am wearing Garfield socks. I'm wearing Garfield socks with the entirety of the Garfield universe. These are the best socks I've ever owned in my life. So if you want to focus on those for a second, you can. Thank you very much. Garfield socks. Second, I think outside of my Garfield socks, I hope I ever love anything as much as TJ loves mega zooms. You love zooming in on shit. Outside of my Garfield socks, the number one thing going on at Barstool Sports and Pick Central is, of course, the renewed Mincy tour, because apparently we're still going along with this goddamn charade. So
Memorial Day weekend, baby.
It's Tuesday of the previous week.
Everyone's checked out of the queue.
It's Tuesday.
If you don't think you're like, hey, let's put this for next week, let's circle back. Let me tell you something.
It's Tuesday.
I didn't do a thing. I didn't do a thing except iron my V-necks for this week in the cubes.
I think
you are a sucker if you do.
I think
except the people upstairs. Keep the lights.
There is no day. There is no day less connected to a weekend than Tuesday. Tuesday is the most non-weekend day you can have.
Let's put a poll up. I think Tuesday is when you start looking for holiday weekend.
I think Wednesday is when you start looking. I don't think you're looking at Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday you're finishing. Maybe you're finishing up everything.
I think you're peaking. You're definitely peaking. What's the weather?
I think Tuesday. No, I think Tuesday is your.
Taking calls today?
Huh?
We taking calls today?
No, we're not, but we can if you'd like.
I would have said, like, I want to know if people started to check the weather today.
I agree.
Also, it's like lunch right now.
I agree with Brandon on the Tuesday, but I think Wednesday's the biggest drag day.
Definitely.
Drag day of a normal week?
It takes the long. Well, I think even holiday weekend, it's still.
Yeah.
Like even like a month where you have like a
but I don't think
Monday off. Like
Tuesday.
Wednesday's like you're like if Wednesday feels the longest.
Tuesday you don't even pay attention to how long it feels because you're just in it. There is no.
Yes, no, that's why
there's no escape from Tuesday.
Yeah.
You're not even worried about when you're getting out because there's no escape from Tuesday.
That's why I agree with you
on the horizon.
Tuesdays might be worse than Mondays if we're being honest. I don't mind coming back to work after a little break. But then by Tuesday, I'm like, well, my next break isn't for a while.
Yeah, Tuesday sucks. You're right. All right, Wednesday's the peak ahead day. I don't think a lot's getting done this week, though. I think if you're smart, you're pushing it off.
But you use that to talk about the Mincy tour, which is now I think the latest Mincy tweet dropped. We need to go ahead and get on that hotness right now because anytime
Mincy tour annoys you, I put it into like general public where it appeals to everyone.
Listen,
you keep bringing it back to the Mincy tour.
Anytime you can,
you have a fucking fetish.
Anytime you can spend just boatloads of dollars to send somebody to another state that doesn't have the sports book so we can get a picture of goddamn sausage, you got to do it. You got to fucking do it. I mean, that's worth it right there. One other thing.
Well, he's growing the game, Brandon.
He's growing the game. First of all, breakfast at the Met. It's 10:30 in the goddamn morning. Second, who grills peppers and onions for breakfast? Y'all peppers and onions for breakfast, guys?
I mean, you could.
Have them over your eggs.
Making an omelet, maybe, but
over your eggs.
I don't think it's like the craziest move. I think it's crazy move that he has them in the tin like that. You don't just put them fresh on the grill.
No, you got to use a tin, or they would slide through. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I wasn't like you're thinking. I guess
it's a great grill. That's gonna go right through.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, you're gonna lose them, and you're gonna hate it.
See, I like that. You need that nice like sear.
Yeah.
And you don't get as good of a sear when it's not on the grill itself.
I agree. But
you're right. I wasn't thinking about.
What you would have to do with that you'd have to cook the whole pepper, the whole onion, then cut it afterwards because like that it wouldn't work. I don't know why. Getting the grilling techniques.
I need a grill.
You don't have a grill? You seem like Mr. Grill. You seem like somebody.
I know. Yeah, I need one. I gotta get one.
My most cherished possession is my grill.
I want to make sure I get the right one. I don't want to be buying few. I need a grill.
Grilling's the only thing I know like how to do cooking.
Need a Komodo.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Need either an Acorn, which is the cheap version, or a big green egg. But I get the Acorn because it's.
See, I'm not a smoker guy. I have no interest in smoking.
No, it's a regular grill too.
Right, I'll get that.
But it's easy to control the temperature. That's why it doubles as a smoker.
All right, I like that.
Yeah, and you got the money. I've seen your contract. It's something. For a part timer, this guy is making bank. You still part time?
No.
Will you be? Will you go back to part time once everybody leaves?
When it turns into an hour pastel, yeah.
Once the talented people leave, you'll go back to part time?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
You found your apartment in Chicago yet?
I don't know.
I was talking to Za.
Yeah, I know. Za found it.
You got you an apartment? You just gonna live in a mailbox out there?
Yep. Nice and cheap.
All right. All right. So
is that because rent and the economy is gonna go back to booming?
Biden's America.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised you haven't. All right.
What?
I'm surprised you haven't started making plans to come to Chicago. But it would be going from one blue state to another. So, could I interest you in?
I'm trying to go red.
Rural?
I might be down there in the smoking lounge.
We'll get you down there.
Your regulars.
We'll get you down there.
Converting them.
We'll get you down there. I think you'd do well in Mississippi.
I think I would.
Yeah, you'd have to, change some of your habits. Some of your habits to get your ass kicked down there. But
yeah,
got my ass kicked down there. So
it's fair. Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Learn from the best.
Or the worst. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So Mincy Tour rolls on. Good for him. The SEC tournament. God knows we all need to have updates from that motherfucker. Big F, welcome back.
Thank you.
Just us three today. Marty Mush not here. Ben Mintz not here. Smitty not here. So there you go. Smitty's actually, that's public, right? He's gone doing the dangerous game thing.
I believe it's public. Yeah.
Yeah, the Barstool reality show. Yeah,
if you're on the poster,
they tweeted out pictures. So
Yeah.
so he's out there doing that. So he won't be back for at least a week.
That was like honey. Like I'm gonna bring home the bacon from all these suckers, these 22-year-olds.
Boy, if you don't,
I'm gonna
though,
go survive it out and just get this money.
if you don't win, that sucks.
oh yes.
Just go spend a fucking week, kids.
I'm not a tent guy.
Because Smitty's a
10 from me.
30.
I don't even know how to put it up.
I don't know how old he is. 35. Do you know how to do anything? You can't grill. You can't camp.
Nah, no interest in outside stuff.
Zero. Sleeping outside doesn't appeal to me
Who's
whatsoever.
that to the left? Vibs?
Yes.
Who do we have as the favorite here?
Sydney Wells minus 1,000.
Yeah, I would agree.
I got to be honest.
Literally outdoor woman.
I think Tommy Smokes could sneak in there. Not going to be good outdoors, but just good at these little games.
He'll be good at the games. I just think it'll get to him over a couple days.
We agree that it's been like 5 days.
This guy won't even drive on the highway.
We agree Lil Sass might be dead now.
Is Roan in it or Roan's hosting?
Hosting.
Hosting.
Okay, that's a hell of a way to go.
Probably
Jordan's at an advantage, though,
Sass
because if
hotel.
anyone gets anything good in their tent, she could just rob it.
It's true. That's true.
In Survivor, you can do that shit. You can rob immunities and shit.
Oh, you didn't get the full connection?
No, I understand.
All right, got it.
Just
Just making sure.
goes
everybody
both
counts.
ways.
Let Rico make his joke.
I'm just making sure everybody's on board.
Yeah,
Runs
apparently,
around.
we have to sell the jokes now too. It's not enough just
I
to
knew
let it
the
happen.
joke. She robs men that she hangs out with.
Yeah.
It's high level.
So there's that, and one more plug tonight. We had 2 games last night. We had the dozen trivia contest. Last night we had Chicklets against Chicago. The surprise, the Cheaters lose in a live match again. That's wild. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say cheaters. 1 cheater, 2 good guys. They lose to the Chicklets, and then who was the other match? I don't remember the other match at all.
Out of office.
Out of office.
Out of office
Oh,
got beat
Honkers.
by
Honkers.
the Honkers, the defending champs. The Honkers talked a lot of shit too. So they're moving on. And tonight you have Team Smokin, a very good team that inexplicably keeps getting ranked above us, against Uptown Balls, who probably won't be in this tournament very long. And then you have ZD against your mom. So that is Dave against KFC. So no idea how that's going to go down either. There you go.
All-time rivalry.
Who, Dave against KFC or what?
Yeah.
Where else we at? So we got plenty of sports we can talk about. We can talk about college football, a couple news. By the way, Bo Pelini was here this morning.
I've seen.
We interviewed Bo Pelini for Unnecessary Roughness coming out tomorrow. And by the way, he apparently has no plans to get back into coaching because he don't give a fuck.
He's letting it fly.
He don't give a fuck.
Oh,
that.
interesting.
I love
Yeah,
that.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I was gonna ask that if he was gonna try to do something next year. Or
Now,
something.
I asked him, who do you think, as a defensive coordinator, is the best offensive coach in football right now? Who do you think he said? Who do you guys think he said? Bo Pelini, who's the best offensive coach in football? His answer surprised me, to be honest. Really surprised me. Okay.
Lane Kiffin.
I was going to say Lane, but I know he hates Lane, so he wouldn't want to make that a topic. I would say Lane.
That's why I was hesitant to say
I was going
it,
to say Lane.
He said Ryan Day.
Hmm.
He said Ryan Day.
Weapons.
He actually said Jason Day, and I said that's a golfer. He said I'm in Ryan Day. So
That.
I love that, too.
he said
Like, that's like when when like Bobby Knight was on TV and he was saying, we got that school down in Memphis State. It's like they haven't been called Memphis State in 15 years, dude. Like,
well, I get the sense that Bo has transitioned to a life of golf because
yes.
I mentioned golf one time, and by the end of the show, we were basically obliged to play for money against Bo Pelini.
Okay.
He wants to play me in golf. He saw my swing. I took out my camera and showed him my swing.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, look at this. And he said, all right, well, bring your wallet. Okay, well, coach, relax.
What's his handicap? Did he say?
He didn't say. I'm not good, though. So
Sandbagging the shit out of you.
I have to.
He's probably like a 4.
What I would have to do, yeah, I bet he's good. Coaches, first of all, they're athletes.
Yes.
You heard about
He
the
looks in good
foursome?
shape,
You heard
too.
about the foursome we got going this summer?
I know you've been recruiting for this foursome for a while.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're gonna make a run to win. We're gonna try, but definitely a lot of laughs. So it's me, Jerry, Big Tone, and Sully Soprano.
Where are the laughs coming from? Not any of you guys. Somebody else?
Tone.
Y'all got a comedian coming?
You don't think Jerry? All right. You know what, Brandon?
I think Jerry plays a funny character sometimes.
Apparently, Big Tone's the ringer.
Big Tone plays to like a 3 handicap.
That's the word in the street.
Be a lot of fun.
If he's a 3 handicap, that would be pretty electric.
You nuts itch?
Yeah, a little bit. That's why I just itched him.
Big Tone, y'all are gonna get Big Tone hired here if it's the last thing y'all do, isn't it?
Sure.
I wasn't in on him.
Jerry-
that
Jerry
wheel
loves
came up
him.
purple.
Oh.
I'm in on.
I
Big
like him a
Tone.
lot, too. I think he's a good guy. I think he's funny.
He's telling people to stay out of his videos. He got caught smoking the other day. He's a funny guy.
All right. So before we get to the sports, did I plug everything? The dozen, Smocking against Uptown Ball, ZD against your mom. Yeah, I talked to Pelini today. He shouted out Ryan Day. Said
Love that.
that he challenges you at every level. Said of course he gets the best talent, but that kind of comes with the territory.
He's kept it coming in though. Like the train hasn't stopped to him. It's only he's kept getting the elite guys.
This is one of those years for y'all that if you don't either at least play for the national title, Ryan Day might have some questions coming his way. Because
he's already had the.
He's
question.
already played. Didn't he
I-
play
no,
for a title though? He played.
Yeah,
for a
I mean,
title.
yeah.
no. I'm talking about though this year. Like he hasn't won one, so he naturally will start getting questions. Because if you're at Alabama or if you're at Ohio State or if you're at one of these schools and you don't win one in 4 or 5 years, you start getting questions. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And if we were to not make the playoff this year, it would be a complete disaster.
Disaster. No, 100%.
Right. If he doesn't make the playoffs, it's a complete disaster. And I think if he doesn't play for a national title, if he doesn't win a playoff game, it might be a disaster for him.
No, I would agree. I mean, barring like injuries or something, I mean, the team is just absolutely stacked.
I mean, Alabama and Ohio State this year are way above everybody.
I think our defense is going to be much better, and I think that's the X factor.
I'm starting to think USC is going to be good too.
So
They brought in so many people.
I'm not all in on it yet. I haven't.
They're going to score a lot of points. For sure.
Utah seems like a darling from what I've
But
seen.
Utah's good. Hey, Utah, their quarterback doesn't get hurt. They win the Rose Bowl last year against
Right.
Ohio State, but he did get hurt. No, that's a fact.
I mean, the backup came in and played pretty well.
And that tells you if the starter had played in,
Yeah.
stayed in.
They're only at eight and a half wins though, I believe.
Utah?
That's what I saw like floating around somewhere.
This is very contrasting styles of football.
Utah's at 8.5 wins? I don't think that can be right.
They got a tough schedule.
I
Maybe?
thought I saw 8.
Who do they play early in the
They
year?
open at Florida.
I was going to say, I thought it was Florida.
Yeah.
It's like a 1-point spread, like pick 'em.
We don't have them yet, but people.
Is it in Gainesville or neutral?
It's in Gainesville.
And they're only 1-point dogs.
I think they're gonna. I think
Please.
they're gonna walk the dog on Florida.
If they're only catching one in Gainesville, give me Utah all day.
I'm not gonna be able to make it. 12-13. I've got to pee now. I'm gonna have to just go pee in a minute. So we
Like
go
a child.
pick a topic to start on. I had the Pelini interview, and then I don't know. I've been doing hard drugs lately for the first
Oh
time.
man.
What kinds?
Don't worry about it. I'm not doing hard drugs.
Meth?
So I guess we'll go right into the NBA.
Yeah, start the NBA talk. I'll be right back.
You don't know basketball.
I know plenty about basketball. Start the NBA. Celtics bounce back.
Yeah, they fucking smoked them.
Honestly, the one thing with the playoffs this year, have you seen how many blowouts there's been this year?
Yeah, Big Cat's been on that.
It's
I saw
been-
him
it's-
tweeting about that.
I
So
would love. I'm waiting for the boomer to come out and just be like, "This is the kids. They just quit now. There's no grit. They don't come in there and play these tough games in the playoffs. They get down 10 points in the third quarter and they just pack it in. And they end up losing by 25. I'm waiting for that guy, that talking head on TV, to come out with that take. Do you think there's any real validity? to
no,
that?
I mean, listen, you're gonna get now. Teams match up in a 4-game series and they're decided by an average of 15 points. Like, it sucks to watch, but there's a reason they're the 1 or they're the 2 and the other one's the 7. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know a series offhand that happened this year like that, but that's just the way it goes. But like, the fucking Utah Jazz lost in the finals by 55 points. to Jordan or whatever the fuck it was. You know what I mean? You're going to play 7 games. There's going to be that anomaly where you can't hit anything, the travel. Also, I think at a certain point, you kind of just check it out. It's like, all right, like the Heat checked out, obviously, early last night.
Yeah, I mean,
No, like, hey, this is a long series. Why are we gonna? What's the difference if we lose by 2 or by fucking 32?
no,
What's
for,
the difference?
For sure. This series, I think, particularly is just weird when it's like you get a 2-2 series where every game has been decided by like 15 plus, pretty much. Like I just think that doesn't really happen.
Yeah,
We're looking at a minimum 6-game series
it is crazy.
where every game's a fucking blowout.
Thing about these playoffs, they don't have like a signature moment yet. They don't have a
Literally, the
signature-
best one is that Game 1 Nets Celtics.
that or John Morant's dunk.
Yes, that too.
That-
That one too. Yes.
That maybe those.
Well, John Morant made that layup to win that game in this first.
Yeah, but how many do you get a year?
Well, I think you
When you get to conference finals, like
you get
these
1 or
are-
2 a year.
especially when you get Heat Celtics, literally like 1-2 seed.
So I mean,
Well,
we're
look, you're looking at some like big game, like you think some
Yeah.
big shots.
either way. I think Heat or Celtics versus Golden State were setting up again for an awesome finals.
I think you
with
are,
a
yeah.
ton of moments.
Yeah.
So if you're saying 1 or 2 only, we're only a little behind pace. I agree with you. It's been frustrating not to get a ton of buzzer beaters or
Well, even in the earlier rounds, like that one year where Dame ended a series with
Yeah.
3, and LeBron buzzer beaters, Kawhi, of course, the bounce a couple years ago. Was that to get the conference finals? Or that was to get to the conference finals, right? Or was that to
Yeah,
get to the
I think
finals?
so. It's
Like
game
conference
7.
finals.
Yeah. So we just haven't had that yet. Not to say we won't get it. And I do think no matter how it shakes down, the final is going to be fascinating. Whether it's fully cross country of the Heat against the I guess they're both fully cross country. The Heat against the Warriors, that's going to be interesting. As the Heat fight for respect, they probably should already have, and the Warriors fight to get back on top when people thought they were done when they were done, and then the Celtics getting back to glory. I hate the way that guy's dressed, and it bothers me so much. But do not show the
The guy in the green.
yeah. Don't show it. I don't want to show it. Just what's going on out here? Is this
Harry Styles vibes.
a sales meeting with Large in the center of it?
This is a wild little
doing some
little crew here.
boxing stuff. At Large, man, he's taking control of that boxing. He's doing
Logo's great.
yeah. Large is a funny guy.
So in terms of legacy, right? I guess which one matters the most, or in order? Curry and Draymond going out and getting their 4th,
And Clay,
and Clay
Yeah.
getting their 4th, or
Butler getting his first.
Butler getting his first, or Tatum getting his first, and kind of arriving of like
I think the first matters more. I
Yeah?
I think because then now you start building a legacy. You don't have a legacy as an NBA superstar until you win a championship. Right?
That was confusing the way you said that.
well,
No, the way you said it, because you're saying the Warriors. It matters more.
No, I think it matters more to get
When
your first.
you said the first. When you said first thing, I thought you were saying the first thing that he said.
oh
No,
no,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no,
the
your
first.
first ring.
I know. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why I was confused.
I think
I agree.
breaking through matters more than anything.
100%.
I think it adds another like guy at the party. So right now the dinner
Yes.
reservation is only LeBron. Obviously they suck, but he's always going to be there. The Warriors,
Yeah.
Giannis. Who else has rings that I'm like disappointed?
KD.
KD. Yeah. So like now we get a 4th. Kyrie too. I guess the same team, but now we get the Celtics have arrived to the party, or the Heat have arrived to the party. Like
I think we said this earlier in the playoffs.
Makes
We've had
the
these
league better.
discussions. These playoffs were kind of a race to the next superstar. Like, then there are guys like Ja probably made it as a superstar anyway, but the guy who breaks through and gets his first arrives as a superstar. Like Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler really arrives bigger if they win this championship. Jason Tatum arrives. Luka would have arrived even more had he
Right.
won it. I don't think he's going to win it. Ja, of course. So whoever gets their team across this finish line is going to be at that level. Jason Tatum will be at that level.
that's a good. Yeah, you're right. I think there are a ton of guys waiting for a seat at the table. You're right. It's an interesting.
There's a ton of guys
Ton of
waiting for a
guys.
seat at the table.
I mean, just the way like
Suns still forever.
Yeah,
you know,
Trey
like,
Young's out there. Like, there's a lot of guys that didn't get the
that are
playoffs
waiting
or
for the reservation.
waiting for a seat at
100%.
the table.
I mean, just the way we are as society, like just getting that ring is like you're just looked at so differently.
But I do believe you can get to the table without a ring, but you can't stay there very long. Like Luka, I think, is at the superstar table, but if he were to go the next 3 years and didn't win a ring, he would fade, like he wouldn't stay there.
Yeah, I'm going more so teams. I get what you're saying with the
Yeah.
superstars, but also like certain like entities of teams, or that's even a shorter
You
group.
want to know what I saw this hot take on Twitter, and it kind of almost resonated with me a little bit, and I think it definitely will if he doesn't win the next 3 years. That Luka Doncic is just like essentially the James Harden. It really it one of those. I read it and it slapped me in the face because I was like, wow.
It's not terrible.
I was like, it's not crazy. It doesn't sound. It's not that crazy.
I mean, he is ball dominant.
He just dribbles a lot. He shoots a lot of threes.
Yeah, but he's a very good passer. James Harden also a very
for
good
sure.
passer. Defensively is not his strong
not
point.
great, not much of a threat at all.
So I mean, it's not crazy. Now he
I'm-
could be a better version of James Harden. He could turn into a better, like peak James Harden was something different than what we got
James
now.
Harden was special.
But like Luka hasn't peaked, and he's special
No, for
already.
sure not. No,
he
I
could be
agree.
a better version of James Harden.
No, he could for sure. I think he might be a better. And I was almost going to say you better. It's hard to say he's going to be a better all-around scorer than Harden was at his peak because he was unbelievable. But
I mean, Harden have a year where he was like up to 35 points a game. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's hard to say that he could be more. But I mean, Luka, you could maybe argue he's a little more skilled in terms of like he can shoot from literally everywhere. Where Harden was so just like three, like get to the foul line.
yeah.
Like Luka can just from wherever he can score.
Yeah, he can score, and I think his passing ability is a little more innate and not based on the matchups that he can create. Like,
Yeah, they're all the
got a
offense.
pureness to his passing.
The offense they play in is very different. Where like obviously Harden was that like obviously it's that shooter. He's gonna drive, get to the hole, or drive and kick. Like that was their whole offense. The Rockets was built around Eric Gordon in the wing, like Lou Williams, somebody else in the wing, drive. It's out there, kick it out.
If you're a star player in the NBA and you're a free agent, don't you look at Luka and like, all right, I need to go be with that guy.
Yeah, I was
That's
actually.
what he needs. He needs a guy.
100%. I was actually going to go flip side, though. For all of Cuban's, like, he's the cool owner and he's on the sidelines. They got there twice. There's only one that won.
Yeah.
So, like, is Luka better off not being in Dallas?
Well, so this is the thing I've been thinking about too the last couple of days. They're going to be in a very interesting predicament with what they do with like Jalen Brunson and like Dinwiddie. Because listen, Jalen Brunson's become a phenomenal player, but is he your number 2 on a championship team? I don't think so.
Yeah. You seem
Dinwiddie also very good. Is he is that your 2-3 you want to go to war with for the next 5 years?
No.
I don't think so.
You seem confused by that, Brandon. Do you think Dallas is like a place?
I don't think Dallas. Yeah, I think Dallas is fine as a place. I don't
Okay.
think.
It's just a good organization.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
just
it's a good
throwing,
organization. I mean, they built under Dirk. And
They've been good. No, I get it.
Carlisle was there forever. Like they're willing to stick with guys.
and they also have they have a type. I think they have a type that is they're able to go out there and get. I mean, they're gonna have at least 2 Europeans a year. Like, who's that guy? And he'll go out and score 40 one night. You're like, oh, okay, well, he's pretty good. And then busting on Kristaps kind of hurts too.
Yeah, that was yep.
If Kristaps had worked out the way it looked like he would work out early,
Knicks actually made a savvy move with that, getting rid of him. Because
They heard
he
him at the
wasn't
right
going to
time.
stay.
They saw he was always hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
He
big
knew he
guy,
wasn't
big
gonna
guy with foot injuries and
He
stuff.
didn't
He's
want to
hurt all the
stay.
time.
It wasn't like we weren't going to, couldn't build around him. Knicks have upside. It's just they got to eventually go get somebody. You can't have Julius Randle who's like the 25th or 26th best player.
it is why
or
we're
best player.
going on a decade with the Knicks not signing a big time free agent. This last year
not
we thought
really,
when
yeah.
they signed Kemba, oh, they'll get him back to
Yeah.
that
And
didn't
every
work.
time.
That was more just fun than it was like thinking he was going to be like some
It's
guy.
the last one Carmelo back in 09,
for
10.
sure.
Oh, but that was
Even
so
Amari, yeah.
but they fucked up. They fucked up with Carmelo because
Well, they bid against themselves.
yeah, the
They
Nets
trade
started
more
leaking
pieces.
stories like, oh, the Nets are involved. The Nets are involved. And Dolan panicked. And Donnie Walsh knew the world's worst kept secret was Melo was coming to the Knicks. And when Dolan started getting involved, like throw this in, they gave up the whole team.
Well, also
They had good pieces around
also
them, like
it was-
Danilo, Wilson Chandler. Like they had good pieces
it was
around
stupid
them.
because
Mozgov.
it was stupid for 2 reasons. One, it didn't work out because they were the 7th seed. They traded from the middle of the year, the end of the other 7th seed, and that was when they signed Amari and Raymond Felton. If you remember, that year was
Yeah.
really good. But he was a free agent. Like
Yes.
he was so clear how he
Yes.
wanted to play for the Knicks. He could have just waited, traded nothing, kept your entire roster, and just signed him. And you kept
Dolan was freaking out. We
Wilson
need
Chandler,
somebody. We need
Mozgov,
somebody.
Danilo,
Yeah.
all those guys.
That's basically, what, in my opinion, that's what ran Donnie Walsh out because Donnie Walsh is a great
It
executive
was
and
stupid.
that fucked him up.
It was fucking stupid.
Well, personally, my pick for the greatest executive is Cuts. Every Cuts shirt is designed for a modern tailored fit, and they're insanely comfortable. Plus, Cuts has all the essentials for looking sharp, like tees, hoodies, polos, and more. So you can stop bouncing between brands to shop for different shirts. Cuts has quality, super soft quality, premium fabric. They got crew necks, Henleys, long sleeves. They got I love the Cuts T-shirt. It's one of the better fitting T-shirts I've ever had in my life. It's a shame Marty Mush isn't here because he wears Cuts all the time. Although Cuts might appreciate that right now because they might be Team Hank. I don't know if they are or not. Who cares? Anyway, see for yourself why Cuts is one of the fastest growing men's brands with over 1 million shirts sold. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/picks. That's cutsclothing.com/picks.
Did you see Dave's tweet?
About what?
It's a picture of like an activity at school when he was in grade school, and he basically said he wanted to invent a rat race that you could bet on, like rats running around.
Oh,
He goes, I was a visionary, or I was ahead of my time.
back in the day?
Yeah, it's like if you want, and it's like, how would this be helpful to people? It said if they want to win money.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's also kind of created a rat race here, basically.
I think he has. Yeah, he's absolutely created
so,
one.
yeah.
And we're just
Yeah.
racing right along.
We're just trying to find the
Scurrying
cheese.
around.
Racing right along.
Yep.
You're the one rat just goes crazy. The researcher's like, what's that one doing?
I'm the one that they let get to the middle and they box it off.
Box it off.
I'm
Yeah,
just bouncing off the walls.
consistently running into walls. He doesn't know why.
Brandon's got cheese at every turn.
All right. Let's see where we're at. Nebraska college football, by the way, back to that. We're going to talk baseball in a minute. I got baseball odds, and I won't talk about this Josh Donaldson story because I think it's horseshit. Nebraska's ending the balloon release. This tradition that Nebraska, on their first touchdown, they release a bunch of red balloons, and you see red balloons go to the sky. They're ending it because of a worldwide helium shortage. We sure are running short on random things around here.
I mean,
Pretty important stuff, too.
Baby formula.
Joey B.
Baby formula.
Gas. Currency.
Well, I don't think gas is short. It's
Respect. Pride. Running short on a lot of things. Go ahead. Back to your balloons.
They're just ending a tradition.
plenty of masks though, huh, Rico?
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of masks laying around.
Yep. Fire it up in the chat, folks. 3 letters.
3 letters, baby. I don't know where I'm at. Nebraska's ending
Balloons.
balloon release because of the helium shortage.
Thanks
These
for the
fucking shortages are ending everything.
I might be the dumbest person in the world for saying this.
I didn't know much about it either.
What do we need helium for?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pretty dumb, right? You could literally helium could be extremely
So we
important. I
use
wouldn't
it-
have a clue.
We use it for balloons, obviously.
I'm like, oh, it's the shit that makes
What
your
do
voice
we
sound.
use helium for? That's
As far as in my world, helium makes your voice high pitched.
correct. And
Balloons.
And balloons. What's helium used for in a practical
Is
sense?
helium considered gas?
Helium is a gas, right?
I think so. HE on the little periodic table.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm remembered more than I thought I would.
What is helium used for?
I mean,
I have no clue.
balloons.
I was waiting for somebody to be like, "Oh, we fly planes with helium. We do this with
Well,
helium." I have no fucking
helium.
idea.
What do we do with helium? It's a great question.
I think we use them in hospitals.
For what?
That sounds important. Hospitals are important.
There's medical applications. It can be used for respiratory ailments to treat
Alright.
conditions like asthma and emphysema.
Yeah, all right.
It's pretty important.
All right.
Helps you breathe. Breathing's
Shame
definitely.
it doesn't
apparently
treat
the internet,
dementia, so
too.
we can get Joey B some help, you know?
I think there's 2 MAGA guys.
No, I'm just saying.
I think I converted.
I was just
somebody.
helping. I was helping. Oh, yeah. My Uncle Donnie converted me long ago. I got to tell you about Game Time, the ticketing app partner for Barstool Sports. Game Time is created by fans for fans. Game Time is a new ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. The purchase process takes just 2 taps in 10 seconds. Once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone, no printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, so you can get into the game seamlessly, skip the hassle, enjoy the moment. Great playoffs going on across this country right now. Make sure you get great seats at whenever you need it for the right price. Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Download the Game Time app. Go to the account tab to create a login. Redeem code CENTRAL for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Now, I got to tell you, while they're Out here, we're cutting costs. We're saving money. We're cutting wrestling. Apparently, the fucking paper quality around this bitch has gone sky high.
You can't shoot through that one, right?
Can't shoot through this one. You have any welts on your body when you get home?
No, I didn't.
They didn't last. It was very short
It's a good thing to like because it's enough of like annoying. You know, like it
Shame
hurts
you
a
weren't
little.
here yesterday. You would have been a great target.
Yeah. I would have went when I saw the clip. I would have just shot everybody.
Rico shot me in the nutsack.
Accidentally. The best part of that though is that
Small miss small.
Dan was like, "Bring ideas." All I said was about one TikTok, and then he's like, "Oh, there's a box out there, and here you go. We're just shooting each other. All right, spin the wheel, fucking shoot each other."
The video of Kate escaping or panicking,
Yeah,
like, and she's been to actual war.
yeah.
She said, one of my she was like 3 years of PTSD therapy down the drain.
The train.
So Josh Donaldson got suspended for a game because he referred to
Tim Anderson.
thank you very much, Tim Anderson. I was going to call him Jackie because I was like Jackie Bradley. I was like Jack because Jackie was in my mind. I was like Jackie Bradley. No, that's not right. Tim Anderson. He referred to Tim Anderson as Jackie. Now, in an interview a couple years ago, Sports Illustrated, Tim Anderson said, "I feel like the new Jackie Robinson." Josh Donaldson was mocking him for that. He got suspended for one game. He will appeal. I don't know if he's dropped the appeal since then. I think Major League Baseball is scared of its own shadow here. There's nothing racist about what Josh Donaldson did. I'm sorry. When race comes up, everybody becomes a coward, becomes chicken shit. But that wasn't racist. It was mockery, but mockery's fine. Guy calls himself Jackie Robinson. You call him, "Hey Jackie," what's the problem?
No, I agree with you. I don't think he meant it. It's just I agree with kind of everything you said. It's just one of those things like it's just a tough.
I think in a public
It's
light,
like a tough look in the public light. But I agree with you. I don't
like
think
if he saw him at, they show up for a tea time and he comes walking up and they're friends and he's like, "Hey, Jackie," joking. I think in a public thing, other guys hear it.
There is no bigger ball-busting arena than baseball players together. They will absolutely – the shit they say, the shit they
but
do.
if people are
I think
unfamiliar with
then
the
what happens
situation-
is too. Obviously, Anderson takes effect to it. He wants to fight him the next day. Then they're all like he's offended by it. I'm just speaking from what I just saw. I don't know.
Did Donaldson try and get in front of it too? That like, oh, we used to joke around about it.
He said it.
and
He said that's like.
I understand that, but was Donaldson kind of a prick from the beginning? Like, did Donaldson come up with it and Anderson never liked it but went along with it?
That I don't know.
That like just consider everything in it.
Because he said it happened like the day before. He was on second base, and then like the Yankees got out. They're walking back. They exchanged words, and it definitely was more. Anderson was more fueled. Like Donaldson was kind of just like whatever. They were going back and forth, and then just the next day he's at the plate, and the catcher just like stands up and just gets in his face, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then it created a whole thing that Anderson runs in, acting like a tough guy, like he's gonna fight him, whatever. And that the second time Donaldson, he wasn't even really sure. Like he just was like, "What's happening?"
Now,
I'm
Donaldson
just stepping up to the plate, and now the whole team's fighting.
My takeaway is that it's a situation that could have been avoided.
Anderson clearly was upset by it. Like he
Yes.
obviously said it to teammates. He was upset the day before. It obviously bothered him.
That's
That was
my
clear.
spin. I think Anderson never liked it from the beginning. He kind of ran with it.
But you can not like something that's I mean, like a guy not liking something doesn't mean the thing that was said is wrong. Like
No, it's intention definitely matters. Intention matters. And I'm saying his intention
I
was
still
not.
feel like it feels
I'm
ball
saying- no,
busting.
I'm saying his intention was not racist. I'm saying like that should matter.
I don't know, man.
But
I
it's just-
feel
it's
like
just-
we make a mountain out of everything.
No, it's just what society. That's just like what it is. Like anything that if it even brushes up against it, they're gonna do what they like. A 1 game suspension probably unnecessary, but
Josh Donaldson, he is kind of known as being an asshole. That's
yeah,
the thing he's
yeah,
known for. But there's a big difference between an asshole and a racist.
for sure.
And I think, there's nothing wrong with being an asshole. That you deal with that. Being a racist, that's when you start to really affect a guy's. You just call him that. You're affecting his career, and I just don't believe he's that. I believe he might be an asshole, but I don't think he's a racist. That's all.
No, I mean I agree.
And it's a story that blew up because it involves race, and that's what we do in this country. We divide ourselves. Major League Baseball right now, the Yankees, of course, still doing great. So I went and I looked at the odds today off the Barstool Sports book, so we can play Guess the Odds. And I'll tell you why. Let's go individually first because Aaron Judge is on a fucking tear. Aaron Judge batting 327.
You were the first one to say that. 10-1, 12-1 to win MVP. It's unbelievable.
325 with 17 home runs and 34 RBIs. He's leading in home runs. Nobody else is within 5 of him. He's like 4th or 5th in average, and he's 4th or 5th in RBIs. He might be worse than 4th or 5th in average. But he's having a great year. And I looked and I said, is all the value gone off of him for AL MVP? And the answer is no. You can still get him. He's still 3rd. He's at plus 450 today. I think you should get that in. I think if you're out there and you want a good AL MVP, he's a Yankee. Any excuse to vote for a Yankee, people are going to take it. They're the best team in baseball right now. He's the best.
Odds still
at plus 450.
Yeah, I mean, get it before
Ohtani,
you're right. Yeah, no, get it before it drops. Yeah,
Ohtani is 1.
He has to be.
Plus 250. Trout's plus 300, which Trout's not having the same kind of year as Judge, but
they're just actually good this year.
they are good. But
now.
do you think they're going to stay good or are they going to fade? Out of these two teams, I think the Yankees are more likely to stay.
What you have to remember is that the Astros were like, remember we did this discussion like 2 weeks ago? It was kind of like, hey, who do you panic on here? Braves are 9 out or Astros, Blue Jays. And all of us across the board were kind of like, Astros will be fine. Yeah. And they caught them like it was like the Astros woke up one day. Oh, yeah, we're down 4 games? Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Bang. And they're right there. So, and they're ahead. And I think that is now the way they're going to go. So yeah, I worry about the Angels to win that division. I do.
I don't think they're going to win that division. I think they might stay in wild card contention all year. But I mean, they're pretty good, but it doesn't feel like they've got the staying power that the Yankees have. And the Yankees are almost running away and hiding in a good division.
Very good division. Rays and Blue Jays, both very good.
And the Red Sox are
they're starting to play better.
Their heads out of their ass all of a sudden. So
Leo said the Red Sox can go 30-10 over the next 40 games.
That could happen.
He said that. I think they've literally won like 5 or 6.
They got a weak schedule. Like if you can identify these teams to go on runs.
Well, that's kind of what the Yankees did early. They built the early cushion off of a weak schedule. They're still playing the Orioles a lot, but they also have held up very well against good teams too. So
I think the Mets are coming back down to earth a little bit.
They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're 29-15. They're not coming down.
No, go look at their schedule. Dodgers, West Coast trips. I think they can go like just not on a tear. That's all.
Yeah, I think.
And he thinks the Yankees are coming back to earth a little bit too.
We're just a streaky team. I think we're due for that like 3-7. Like we just lost 3 in a row over the last 2 days. I think we're due for like that 3-7 like. 5 and like 10 like kind of run.
I still think.
I mean, we'll be fine. Like, I think we'll be fine. But I'm saying we can't just win 24 or 28 forever.
Right now in the American League, you can get Ohtani at plus 250, Trout plus 300, Judge is plus 450. I think this is the last time you'll get him for any value whatsoever.
Yep.
I think that value is going to go away, and I'm surprised it's still there. If you're searching for value past those guys, Vladdy Jr. is at 9-1. Byron Buxton
he's hitting nearly as well. He's batting like 260.
Yeah, but
he'll get there.
Buy low on him. I mean,
I don't hate it.
And if you think the Jays are going to make a run in that division, which is very well possible, that could be a good buy low opportunity. Buxton at 15-1 and Jose Ramirez at 16-1. In the National League, Manny Machado, who's hitting like 365, but he's only got 8 home runs, and he's I don't know. He's been fine, but he's at plus 225. He's the favorite. Arenado at 750. Juan Soto at 10-1. Acuna at 11-1. Freeman at 11-1. Bryce at 12-1. National League's wide ass open. I don't think there's anybody in there who has grabbed the. If it's an early lead for Machado, I don't think it's a big lead. So you just search for value there. There might be the MVP might not even be in that top 7.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I know everyone thinks it's like, but like, dude, Cron he's top 5 in every category.
Cron.
What?
Cron.
What did I say?
Cronin.
Oh, Cron. Well, I think I just carried the end. Cron. I know CJ Cron.
Cron. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cronin's at UCLA.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Tiny coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a name of a kid I went to grammar school with. Scumbag. CJ Cron. 75-1.
What's grammar school?
First to 8th, yeah.
When you guys say grammar school, what do you mean?
I don't really say grammar school, but elementary school.
Well, yeah,
that's elementary school.
Public, you break it up. I went K to 8. I went to the same school, K to 8.
Okay, so we call it elementary school.
Grammar school too.
No, we don't call it grammar school.
It can be called grammar school.
I don't think.
My town was also weird, where like every 3 grades had like its own building.
So we also didn't call it middle school. We went elementary to junior high to high school. No, we didn't call it middle school.
Right. Yeah, we had middle like 6 to 8. We had a middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have. My daughter's in middle school right now. I've never been in a middle
like,
school.
Technically, ours like in my town, like 3rd to 5th was called intermediate.
I don't like that.
And
That's
then
too many names.
And then like elementary was like K to 2.
Yeah.
Elementary is like K to 5.
That's I in retrospect, I say like elementary could be K to like 8 even.
Huh. Elementary. Okay.
Anyway,
Grammar school. Sorry.
75-1.
What is?
Guys, C.J. Crone.
Okay.
Top 5 in every category.
But Rockies don't win the
I
award.
get it. I know, but if a guy makes a run at a Triple Crown, he's like,
One Rocky has won the award. And
I got it.
No, I'm asking.
The division's a problem.
Who's the Rocky that won the award?
Helen never won.
It's
MVP.
between Helton might be the answer.
Is it Helen?
I was wondering if it's one of the majors. If it's Walker, Bichette,
Todd Helton never won the MVP.
Galarraga, no. Bichette, no. Larry Walker.
That's what I was going to say. Is it Larry
Walker?
That's what I was thinking of.
Larry Walker won it in 1997.
Yeah, so Larry Walker.
Y'all know.
The problem is the division. Like, it's just going to be so hard for him to win it when they're in 4th place.
I got it. But
Even 'cause he would have to hit like 50 home runs, like
Fair enough.
140 RBIs.
just a flyer on a
Go
guy at
berserk.
75-1 as he starts to creep up. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pulling it up because one of my favorite stats of all time is Todd Helton's 2000 season. He did not win the MVP. He finished.
What's his face got robbed of the MVP too? Matt Holliday.
Todd Helton, by the way, finished 5th in the MVP in 2000 in the year 2000. Again, can I say that again? He finished 5th in the MVP. He hit. Todd Helton led the league in hits with 216, led the league in doubles with 59, led the league in RBIs with 147. He hit 372 with 42 home runs, 147 RBIs. He led the league with an on-base percentage of 463.
372?
On base of 463, slugging 698, OPS 1162, total bases 405. All of those were first in baseball. He led in 5, 6, 7, 8 offensive categories. He led baseball. He finished 5th in the MVP.
I think the Crone thing's got to go.
All right.
Like,
That was 20 years ago now.
But I'm saying, but baseball.
I think it's evened out though.
It's the
but
same fucking.
Matt Holliday. If you go pull up Matt Holliday's stats
Same
against
old fucks.
Jimmy Rollins in 08, I believe he got robbed. Too.
Like that's crazy. The guy hit 370, almost 100.
Yeah, I didn't.
RBIs.
I mean, I get it, but I didn't.
72
nuts.
with 42.
147.
The guy's
RBIs?
having a fuck. You know us. We're gambling every
No,
night.
of course.
Like you're
Crone's
like,
having
I
a-
fell in love with Oregon State.
No,
I fell in love with this guy.
I don't blame you for it.
75
That's just outrageous.
It is that Brandon. You basically
372.
sold it.
It could happen.
much
I mean, Larry
power?
Walker won it in 97.
Yeah, I get you. But
He
you know
came in
what?
5th.
I need to know. I need somebody like older and wiser to say just how much uphill it is. You know, like how many steps you got to
That's, like,
climb to fucking.
petrifyingly scary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jeff Kent won the MVP that year. Jeff Kent. It's unbelievable.
I'm sure he still hit like.
Look up
47.
Holiday. Look up Holiday. Jimmy Rollins.
I don't know. I got to look up
Wow.
Jeff Kent 2000, then I'll look up Holiday.
What was that? 05, that holiday year, maybe.
I
That
thought
was
it was
08.
08.
No. It was the year they won the World Series, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, you're right.
No, I don't think that's right. Did Rollins win that year, or did he win the year before?
I thought that's why I thought it was
One of the
maybe
years in that
06,
group,
maybe 07.
Holiday got robbed.
I'll look it up in a minute.
Wait, because the Rockies.
We're gonna look up Matt Holliday stats in a minute.
Hold on. Didn't the Rockies? Am I crazy? Didn't
They played in the World
Rockies go to
Series.
the World Series? Yeah.
In 07,
They
yeah.
lost to the Red
They
Sox.
won like 21 or 22 games.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, in 2007. All right, so Jeff Kent's 2000. Sorry, we're talking sports. If you don't like this right now, I'm sorry. Jeff Kent in 2000 hit 334 with 33 home runs and 125 RBIs. He led the league in nothing, and he won the MVP. What were we doing?
That's pretty. With the year that was the team bad?
I don't know if they were bad or good.
That's my only
That had to be but
plausible explanation.
That shouldn't affect.
I still don't even think it's plausible, but it's just like it might
Shouldn't
be
have
just
affected
kind of is what it is.
What? I'm gonna go look up Matt Holliday stats, and then we'll be done.
It's crazy.
Matt Holliday's stats:
72.
372 with 150 RBIs.
Like I don't care about the air. You still got to put wood on the baseball.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
All right, what year am I looking at?
I think it's 2008.
All right, well, I'll just go to where. So MVP, he finished second in 2007.
7.
Yeah, okay, so 2007, Matt Holliday, 216 hits, led the league. 50 doubles, led the league. 36 home runs, 137 RBIs, led the league. 11 stolen bases, hit 340, led the league. On base percentage of 405, slugging 607, 1012 OPS, total bases 386, led the league. He led the league in 5 categories, and he finished second in the MVP. You're right. You're right. He probably got screwed that year.
He got fucked. I also think that, like, the not watching mattered back then a little. It matters a little bit less now than it did back then.
What are the most egregious non-winning?
I feel like now people are looking a little bit more. You have access to it streaming. Like back then, nobody was watching Colorado. Nobody.
What are the most egregious non-MVP years or non-winning a Heisman years ever? I know, Michael Jordan, 97, when Karl Malone won the MVP, that was bullshit. And this happened to LeBron James, too. You get to a certain point where you're the best player by far, and they vote for somebody else. Michael Jordan could have won 12 MVPs. LeBron could have won 10 MVPs. They don't. Charles Woodson winning the Heisman over Peyton Manning was bullshit.
What was I just going to say?
Mark Ingram in 2009 winning the Heisman over Ndamukong Suh was bullshit. Like, Ndamukong Suh should have won that Heisman. Probably should have asked Bo Pelini that today.
That one stands out. The Halliday one already stood out to me. I don't know. I guess I don't pay enough attention to the MVP stuff.
Oh, honestly, the Steve Nash years were pretty like Kobe should have won.
I was
1 year Kobe. It was like egregious. Kobe didn't win.
I was a Braves fan back in the 90s, but Terry Pendleton won an MVP in 91, and Barry Bonds was so much better.
We pulled it up today. Pujols has 3 MVPs, finished second 4 times.
Really?
Fucking unbelievable. When you look at like his, so we were talking about the home runs. Obviously, it was a great topic. Thank you. But I mean, the guy finished 4th as a fucking rookie. It was 20 years.
2001,
ago. 21. I mean, he's a fucking animal when you look at his stats.
He hit. Okay, so the reason I'm so in love with the baseball from like 2000 to 2007. That was my fantasy baseball heyday.
They're always going to,
my fantasy baseball heyday. And 2001, I can just remember my friend picking up this Pujols guy, and I was like, I made fun of him because his name was Pujols. I mean, that's just funny. And he was just the best player in baseball immediately, the best hitter in baseball immediately, and never stopped being that for like, I would say Pujols was the best hitter in baseball for 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was a shoo-in for like 330 and 100 every
even
year.
Like into
every
2015,
year.
His numbers are massive if you go look like.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was looking. We're just talking baseball now. We're just going from topic to topic.
Should a guy like that get in the All-Star game this year?
Ooh, Pujols?
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
No, yeah.
I don't believe in that. I believe an All-Star game should be for your All-Stars. It shouldn't be like Jeter shouldn't have been an All-Star the last time.
I definitely agree.
Ripken probably he wasn't an All-Star by the time.
Right.
Maybe Tony Gwynn.
I would say if it was more like a Pro Bowl setting, like end of the year type thing, like go ahead. But the way the All-Star game,
it matters now. I got you.
Hard to make. It matters, and you're just taking a roster spot from somebody who like deserves it. Whereas like the Pro Bowl, you can just like slap an extra guy in there, like no problems.
Nobody goes to Pro Bowl.
Yeah, like no one cares.
Those guys should be at the game though. Those Pujols like throw out the first pitch.
Yeah, I can be part of it.
That's dugout. You know,
maybe he like. I don't know, maybe competes in the Derby or something.
I mean, if and I'm not. This is not to take a shot at the guy. We take shots at him all the time. But if Jeter got that treatment, Pujols should get that treatment.
Right.
Pujols is an all-time great, just like Jeter pretends to be. So, it's
It's disgusting the way Jeter gets talked about.
Well, it's just we're talking Pujols. We're talking about all-time great players.
Studs.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the top of the top.
Yeah, Jeter and Pujols for sure.
No, they're not in the same. They're not. They're not the same.
Just a little less power.
And average and everything else.
Well, no, the guy batted .310 for his career.
Well, yeah, but Pujols, I'm sure, has a higher batting average for his career.
I bet they're close.
I think it was power years could have hurt him going down the like.
Okay, just let's all set a guess. Albert Pujols' career batting average. I'm gonna say 316.
I'm gonna say 307.
312. I'll go down the middle.
Because I think the last like 5 years they probably hurt him.
297 career.
That hurts.
Was the closest.
Told you. You hit for power.
Better average.
Lose
Sorry.
a little bit. Yeah.
Better hitter. Just didn't hit as many home runs. One more.
Dramatically fewer home runs.
Yeah, but
dramatically fewer.
One dramatically more championships.
He's a singles hitter.
1,
yeah, but he
2,
was
3,
he's part of a
4,
team
5,
that won
6,
championships.
6 out of 7.
He was the
7,
captain.
8 out of 9.
10
out of 11 years. 10 out of 11 years scored over 100 runs.
Honestly, probably his time with the Cardinals, he probably batted like 320.
Fucking guy's an animal.
Yeah, he
Jeter's
shouldn't
is
have
310.
He shouldn't have hung
for the
on
record.
so long. But he's got to get the 700 home runs now.
That was
there.
What was your take? You think he gets it this year or no?
I don't think he can.
I don't think
he's
so
17 away.
I said I think he gets close. I think he gets like in the 390s, but not. I said it basically. My decision was if he plays next year, yes, he'll get it. But this year, I think he gets close.
Seems like he would go for it. He seems like
Why
he would
not?
go for it. I would go for it.
Carl thinks that he's going to go on a magical run in like September and just like
August. He said.
hit
Cardinals August.
hit exactly 17 more and just retire on 700.
That would be great. One player in baseball history retired with 3,000 hits. Who is it?
Oh, I should know this.
One player in baseball history retired with exactly 3,000 hits.
Oh man,
who is it?
Is it
I'd also like to say he technically didn't retire. He died. But he might have been retiring too.
Roberto Clemente.
Correct. Correct.
For some reason, the name Frank Robinson was in my head.
Well, it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I know. Well, I realized it after the fact.
Roberto Clemente, which is Spanish for Frank Robinson, so you're fine.
Yeah.
All right. Have we stretched long enough to? Have we talked about anything that we don't need to talk about? Let's see. Nebraska.
You think the sweeps tonight or no?
Avalanche really dropped their nuts back on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
I
think
don't know.
sweep.
I think the Warriors
win tonight.
I think the Mavs get one.
I think the Warriors are way better, but they could get down and like we talked about, they're checking out and being like, fuck it. Like
We'll go win game 5 at home.
Yeah, nobody get hurt. We'll go win at home. We're still rested. That one's going 7. They're stretching that out. I really do think the Mavs.
They did shoot like shit.
I like the Mavs. I like the over. These games have gone under, over, under.
Also, Also, hasn't been a ton of moments. Couple of quick series. Like, does the NBA want to stretch this one out?
Yeah,
too?
and Luka also hasn't had in this series. He hasn't had that Luka performance.
Yeah, like
so
I think it matters
to have one
to get
like 5 minutes to end the fourth quarter in this last game.
But I think Luka's going to have. You're going to look up tonight. He's going to be like 41 and 14 or something like that. And okay. And then they'll get beat by 20 the next.
NBA needs that money.
Well, we all need.
Yeah, but you know how it is. What they stretching.
They send Scott Foster down there. Yeah, I know he was in Boston last night.
Yep.
The extender, Scott Foster. I guess we can go ahead and do picks, and then we can try to figure out how to finish this show in a little bit. Picks. I'm still leading. I think I'm now the only one in positive units. I went 2-2 last night. Smitty went. When did Smitty get a pick in?
He must. I think he gave up the Philly thing. Yeah, the strikeout.
All right, and then Big F 3-0 yesterday.
And finally had a decent day.
So so I'm at basically 10 units.
Told you about the Orioles.
You did. It was a good pick.
A lot of heavy dogs today in baseball.
Good pick. Are you going to be chasing some of those heavy dogs?
Hey, you know what? I'm going to add one. TJ, you can add the Tigers eventually.
Tigers. TJ, add the Tigers to Rico's card. I'll go first since I'm the only one in positive units. I'm the only good gambler here. I'm the only good-looking one here, and I'm the only one with a lot of money here. So pretty much.
Yeah, but you don't really have a lot of money. You have kids.
I have a wife.
That too.
That's what takes the money. The kids don't do nothing.
That too.
Right.
I was once the most promising young shooting guard in West Point High School.
50s must have been awesome, huh?
Surprised you didn't jump on that joke.
We had a good show today.
So I got the
and you vote red.
I got the Mavs money line.
Like a real deal American.
Mavs money line. Haven't enjoyed my time with you this much since January 6th, Rico.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? We were living life. Mavs money line. I like.
Sometimes you want something, you gotta go fucking take it.
You gotta go fucking take it, man. Over 215 in that one. And just dabbling in hockey a little bit. Rangers go ahead and even that
hockey
series up. Yeah, Rangers to even that series up, and Edmonton to I believe they'd go up 3-1. But they're at home, and I think they got a chance to go ahead and take control. So Edmonton and New York Rangers in hockey. Big Ev.
All right, I'm on the Warriors. I think they close it out tonight. I just think they're too good. Rio kind of stole my Tigers pick. I'm on the Tigers.
He
plus
really
205. And I'm also on the Rangers Angels over 8.5. Also the hit parade it's live now. It's plus 210.
Yep.
Really like it. So that on the card as well.
All right, pick thief. Go ahead.
Hold on. Whatever.
Just sniped his pick.
Astros over 4.5 runs. Rangers baseball team plus 145. I'm on the hit parade, and you can add the Tigers plus 205. Ev, I create the topics, and then we go dive into it. Fucking
I'm breaking balls. We don't break balls with
Tigers are
family.
fucking
We're family.
good.
We joke with family.
Tigers are way to go.
It was my dog of the day. Check out Hot Ice.
I do think the Orioles give the Yankees another run at it, but I can't see them. They hit Montgomery really well.
I kind of think they do too.
I think they give them the Yankees going to sweat.
I'm telling you,
they're going to
sweat. We're going to drop 2 or 3 in this series.
I think the play could be plus first 5 Orioles possibly.
Why?
Montgomery's not great.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Montgomery's pitched pretty well this year.
They hit him.
He's not great.
They hit him really well. They hit him.
The Orioles hit him good, but he's pitched well.
We talked about the Yankees regression.
Got like a 3 ERA.
And I just don't. I think the Yankees can pull that out after last night of losing a close one. I think they pull it out late, so it's worth a stab.
How's hot ice going?
Really well.
Very well, yeah.
Team Chicago got beat last night by the Chicklets. Got smoked, destroyed. I think it was 15-14.
They had a nice comeback at the end.
Well, Jeff knows those two teams aren't very bright, so he writes their games easier. That was the easiest game ever last night. Okay, we got about 40 seconds left. got about 40 seconds left. If we can just stretch this thing on out. Che's already walking in the studio. That's rude as hell.
Friday we're gonna do
for 5 more minutes.
Friday we're gonna do 3 guys to hit a home run, parlayed together.
All of us?
No.
Oh,
Carl.
Saying
Let's stick
oh,
together.
when he said we, it wasn't.
he did say we.
It was.
You want
I guess
to
was
back
we.
it or you want to give intake? I'm open to give to who I want to add.
I remember when you used to come to me with these things. I thought January 6th was more important to you than this. Apparently, you're just as easily divided as the rest of this
what a
stupid
day.
country. Okay, well, y'all gonna come on in? We're still doing Pick Central.
What's up?
Hey guys.
Did someone vacuum or did actually pick this up? Like it's
I
very
think
clean.
somebody
I
cleaned
don't
it
know.
up.
That was a lot of fun yesterday.
It was a lot of fun. Is the music playing?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Big Ev. The Yak is up next.